man's best friend and a soldier's guardian angel. The connection between a serviceman and his canine is one like no other. Steve Schweitzer from Great Day TV and his dog, you can't see him, Ghost is here as well. Here to introduce us to an artist whose, there he is, whose life-size wooden sculptures recognize the contribution of military working dogs wounded in service to our country. It's an exhibit called Wounded Warrior Dogs. Steve, always good to see you. Ghost, good to see you as well.
Yeah,
buddy.
he says he's happy to be here.
Yep.
Let me tell you, the first time I saw this exhibit in Grand Rapids, it was walking into the exhibit was walking into church because it was so quiet. People were so moved by what they were seeing, and this was when I saw it years ago in Grand Rapids. It was the first time James Mellick, the artist, had done this kind of exhibit, but it has become his life's work. And so that's what this story is about, is kind of how this has progressed over time.
Okay. All right. Why don't we go ahead and cue it up?
Ohio artist James Mellick is on a mission of healing. Since 2015, he's followed a divinely inspired calling to illustrate the plight of veterans and their canine companions. I first profiled James in 2016 when his exhibit Wounded Warrior Dogs had won a $200,000 first place People's Choice Award at the Art Prize, billed as the most attended public art competition on the planet. James lovingly carves the life-size dogs from wood. They carry the same battle wounds as their handlers.
But I think our life continues to be so comfortable that we forget what the cost of war was.
As James traveled the country with the exhibit, he often heard poignant stories of heroism and sacrifice. They moved him to begin a new collection called Canine War Stories. The series was inspired by the Afghan story of Jajo and his handler, Corporal Patrick Tutko. While leading a patrol, they were targeted by insurgents because explosive detection dogs like Jajo are so effective.
They both came into the hospital. A remote device had been set off, and obviously someone was watching, with a phone, and they set the bomb off in a haystack, and both he and Jajo, Patrick and Jajo, were severely injured.
As he regained consciousness after extensive surgery, Patrick's first words were, "How's my dog?" Upon learning that Jajo would survive, his eyes filled with tears.
I decided to depict this piece. The dog has a target on him, and the dog is catching the helmet of the fallen.
I wish there was time to tell more of the stories that James Mellick has memorialized in wood, but you can read about them all in a recently published book. It can be purchased at jamesmellick.com. You can also find it by Googling Wounded Warrior Dogs.
Really just an incredible telling there.
Yeah, it's really amazing. If you get a chance to see one of his exhibits, it's really worth doing. And he is over in Columbus, Ohio, and Ghost and I went and visited him, and it was so much fun. He had out in the yard a life-sized dog. And to see Ghost's reaction to this dog, Ghost just did not know what to make of this critter.
Oh, buddy.
But it was
he wasn't, freaked out or anything.
No, he was just intrigued, and it was a lot of fun, and it was a great experience for us to be able to go together and watch James as he works.
He really loves he's such a ham. He loves getting those.
Oh, he
those
does.
pets, huh?
He does.
Good point.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us here, Steve and Ghost. We always appreciate it. Remember, you can catch Patty Spitler, Steve Schweitzer, and more right here on Wish TV, Saturdays at 10. Thank you for being here, Steve.
Thanks, my man.